let me go ahead and address this Biden thing. So Biden recently did an interview, a sit-down interview with ABC right after the debate. Actually, he did it over this past weekend, or they launched it over this past weekend, completely unedited, and I refused to watch it. I did look at a clip, a 2-minute clip here, and I seen a 30-second clip on Instagram, but I refused to watch it because I said, I gotta wait. I started to do a live stream over the weekend, but then that blew up. I wanted to watch it with you guys and react to it from that perspective, all right? So let's dig into it. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to try to cover the majority of this interview. If I see anything of value here, I might even have to speed it up times 1.5 or 1.25 times. But let's get into it, y'all.
On this momentous evening, I'm Juju Chang. Thanks so much for streaming with us. Stephanopoulos sat down with the president for his. President Biden says he is committed to. The president was gentle and says, but first.
Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night, but your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It's a bad episode. No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted. I didn't listen to my instincts in terms of preparing, and I had a bad night.
You know, you say you were exhausted, and I know you've said that before as well, but you came, and you did have a tough month, but you came home from Europe about 11 or 12 days before the debate, spent 6 days in Camp David. Why wasn't that enough rest time, enough recovery time?
Because I was sick. I was feeling terrible. Matter of fact, the docs with me, I asked if they did a COVID test because they're trying to figure out what's wrong. They did a test to see whether or not I had some infection, a virus. I didn't. They just had a really bad cold.
So before they said that he was jet lagged, I've been covering this. I've been following it the whole time. They said that he was jet lagged. Now he's saying that he was sick. He said he was exhausted and he was jet lagged. Now they're saying that he was sick. Which one is it?
And did you ever watch the debate afterwards?
I don't think I did, no.
Did you watch it or didn't you watch it? What do you mean you don't think you did? You don't think or you don't, what? What is I don't think I did know? Come on, fam. Come on, y'all. Come on, bro. For everybody that's still saying that they voting for Biden, I'm just curious as to why. I would love to ask you guys why. Maybe I should do a special video on Friday or something like that, where I just have people come up, and it's only people that are, Democrats. And that way I'll give y'all some time to be able to go through and get y'all answers together throughout the entire week. Why are you voting for this guy?
Well, what I want to get at is what were you experiencing as you were going through the debate? Did you know how badly it was going?
Yeah, look.
Is brain freezes mid-interview normal? It took this dude 7 business days to put that to comprehend the question.
It was going?
Yeah, look.
Is anybody else watching this? Is anybody else watching this? Jesus Christ. All right, I got to let it play, y'all, because we got to get through this.
The whole way I prepared, nobody's fault, mine. Nobody's fault but mine. I prepared what I usually would do, sitting down, as I did come back with foreign leaders or
seemed like you having a hard time breathing just sitting down.
For explicit detail. And I realized about partway through that, I get quoted, the New York Times had me down at 10 points before the debate, 9 now or whatever the hell it is. The fact of the matter is that what I looked at is that he also lied 28 times. The way the debate ran, not my fault, no one else's fault. No one else's fault.
But it seemed like you were having trouble from the first question in, even before he spoke.
Well, I just had a bad night. You've had some bad interviews once in a while. I can't remember any, but I'm sure you do.
I've had plenty. I guess the question, the problem is here for a lot of Americans watching is you've said, going back to 2020, watch me, to people who are concerned about your age. And, 50 million Americans watched that debate.
2020, it was much different than 2024.
Fears they already had.
Well, look, after that debate, I did 10 major events in a row, including till 2 o'clock in the morning after that debate. I did events in North Carolina. I did events in Georgia. Did events like this today. Large crowds, overwhelming response. No.
You was looking crazy at all of them. We got the clips from all of them.
I just had a bad night. I don't know why.
And
he was looking crazy at all of them. He was talking about how he was going to beat Trump in 2020. We like, what? He was, look, it's two things that's going bad. The more that he talked, the worse it gets. The more that Democrats are basically calling for his head. On top of that, how you going to say you did 10 events and you were sick, and that was the reason why you performed badly at the debate, but then you went out to the Waffle House right after that? This is crazy.
How quickly did it come to you that you were having that bad night?
Well, it came to me I was having a bad night when I realized that even when I was answering a question, even though they turned his mic off, he was still shouting. And I let it distract me.
He never shouted.
I'm not blaming it on that.
He never shouted.
But I realized that I just wasn't in control.
He never shouted one time in that debate. He never shouted one time in a debate.
But part of the other concern is that this seems to have fit into a pattern of decline that has been reported on recently. New York Times had a headline on July 2nd, Biden's lapses are said to be increasingly common and worrisome. Here's what they wrote. People who have spent time with President Biden over the last few months or so said the lapses appear to have grown more frequent, more pronounced, and after Thursday's debate, more worrisome. By many accounts, as evidenced by video footage, observation, and interviews, Mr. Biden is not the same today as he was even when he took office 3.5 years ago. Similar reporting in the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal. Are you the same man today that you were when you took office 3.5 years ago?
In terms of successes, yes. I also was the guy who put together a peace plan for the Middle East that may be coming to fruition. I was also the guy that expanded NATO. I was also the guy that grew the economy. All the individual things that were doing.
First of all, we don't know who did all of that, and we don't know who the handlers are, and we don't even agree with all of this stuff. And you also the guy that left the borders open and sued Texas and tried to make sure that we were replaced by 15 to 20 million migrants. You was also the guy that, man, don't get me started about all of the stuff that I disagree with.
Done. Were ideas I had or I fulfilled, I moved on. And so, for example, well, that was true then. What's Biden done lately? Today, just announced 200,000 new jobs. We're moving in a direction that
He was also the guy that had record inflation.
one's ever taken on. I know you know this from the days in the government. I took on Big Pharma. I beat them. No one said I could beat them. I took on all the things we said we got done. We were told we couldn't get done. And part of it is,
thank you for the super chat.
I'll read that. When I ran was I wanted to do three things: restore some decency to the office, restore some support for the middle class instead of trickle-down economics built from the middle out and the bottom up, the way the wealthy still do fine, everyone does better, and unite the country.
But what has all that work over the last 3.5 years cost you physically, mentally, emotionally?
Well, I just think it cost me a really bad night, a bad run. But, George, I'm optimistic about this country. I don't think we're a country of losers, that he points out. I don't think America's in tough shape. I think America's on the cusp of breaking through in so many incredible opportunities. This next term, I'm going to make sure we have straighten out the tax system. I'm going to make sure we're in a situation where we have health care for all people.
I thought Obama was supposedly did that with Obamacare. So that's not what we got with Obamacare? I thought Obama was okay, so wait a minute. Do we got new problems? Are they the same problems? Did we fix it? And when he says health care for all people, does that also include illegal immigrants into this country? Because they already on Medicare and Medicaid. Veterans is absolutely in shambles. You know, like, what does that mean? I thought that was what Obama's landmark legislation was supposed to do. Wasn't that what it was do? Healthcare for all, give us a bunch of tax credits or something like that. Did Obama? Did y'all anybody get on Obamacare? Did y'all ever get healthcare coverage? Did they ever get the Obamacare website fixed? I'm sorry, the Affordable Care Act. That's what we call it. Okay, I got you.
We're in a position where we have child care and elder care, free up, and all these things. The one thing I'm proudest of is, remember when my economic plan was put forward, a lot of the mainstream economists said it's not going to work. Well, guess what? We now have 16 Nobel laureates, 16 of them in economics, saying that Biden's next term would be, based on what he wants to do, enormous success. Trump's plan would cause a recession, would significantly increase inflation. I've made great progress.
We had inflation at over 9%. And in some places throughout the country, some places was projecting it to be above 12%. Inflation have been inflated since he took office. Inflation has been insane since he took office. And then they tried to tamp down inflation by raising the interest rates, and inflation is still high.
And that's what I plan on doing. And we can do this.
I understand that, and I'm not disputing that. What I'm asking you is about your personal situation. Do you dispute that there have been more lapses, especially in the last several months?
Can I run the 110 flat? No. But I'm still in good shape.
Are you more frail?
No.
Is anybody else watching the same Biden as I'm? So wait a minute. Next thing you know, he gonna be telling me he can hit a golf ball 80. Come on, man. Come on, stop, bro. Stop. He said, "Is you more frail?" He said, "Nope." Nope. Look, fam, look. I believe that I was a really, really good basketball player in my lifetime. Guess what you're not going to get me to do? Never stepping foot on a basketball court ever again in my life. As a 42-year-old, A, I see how y'all be arguing out on the court. And then B, my knees don't work the same way that it used to. Listen, if I get out there on that court and I'm running around with y'all, it's a strong possibility that my Achilles is not going to work the way that it used to. I'm going to be sore. It's a different type of sore when you're running up and down that court. And if I do go out there, I'm not going out there and playing outside on no concrete court. It's not the same. Listen, it's okay to get older. Being older is a blessing. Did y'all know that? I know that a lot of people in the community think that it's a bad thing. Getting older is getting wiser. It means that you lived a full life. It means that you experience things most people will never experience in their lifetime. Most people don't make it to the age of 80, 81, 82, 83, 84 years old. Most people don't make it to any of those ages. Getting older is a blessing. Getting older is a blessing. To age and to be well taken care of and to have people around you. I mean, I know we got Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is over there ruining his legacy, but that's a whole nother conversation. It's a blessing. You don't have to be in denial about it. You don't have to be out there, oh, I still got it. No, I don't want to have it. I'm not interested in playing with you. My nephews be hitting me up. Hey, Uncle Anton, yo, come on here. Nope. I will tell them no in a minute. Nope. Now, if y'all want to go on the rooftop and barbecue and have a good time, if y'all want to smoke some cigars, that's a whole nother. We don't want to smoke no cigars. Okay, well, listen. I'm going to meet you. After y'all get done, make sure y'all take a shower, put your nighty nights on, and we're going to have movie night in the park. We're going to have movie night in the park. But the one thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to have a clash trying to prove to y'all that you still got it. No, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm cool. We can play some pickleball. You know, y'all want to go golfing? Y'all want to go golfing yet? Y'all ain't got there? Okay, we'll talk about it later then.
My schedule.
I know you spoke with your doctor after the debate. What did he say?
He said, he just looked at me and said, "You're exhausted."
From a debate, you're exhausted from a debate. So wait. Let's put it in perspective, y'all. Let's encapsulate this thing. He said he spoke to his doctor directly after the debate. The doctor said, "You're exhausted." And then we seen Biden being paraded out to the Waffle House at 4:00 in the morning. Stop. If y'all want to know about Project 25, I already spoke about it last Friday. I also put up a clip about it. It's nothing associated with Trump. It has nothing to do with it. It's all cap. It's fear-mongering for Democrats that are panicking about the fact that they're about to lose this election. And so they're trying to pump fear into y'all to act like it's a bunch of stuff that's going on that's not about to do it. Trump already said that he don't know nothing about it. He does not endorse it. Project 2025 is just fear-mongering. It's a last-ditch attempt for them to try to get up some type of support in order to put fear in y'all from what it is that we already know is about to happen. Look at him. Look at him on the screen. I didn't even know I was pausing it at this point. Look at it on the screen.
I have medical doctors travel me everywhere. Every president does, as you know. Medical doctors, some of the best in the world, travel me everywhere I go. I have an ongoing assessment of what I'm doing. They don't hesitate to tell me if they think there's something wrong.
I know you said you have an ongoing assessment. Have you had a full neurological and cognitive evaluation?
I get a full neurological test every day with me. And I've had a full physical. I had, I've been at Walter Reed for my physicals. Yes, the answer is.
I know your doctor said he consulted with a neurologist. I guess I'm asking a slightly different question.
What up,
have you had the
Trendy
specific
Vibes?
cognitive tests, and have you had a neurologist, a specialist, do an examination?
No one said I had to. No one said that.
So did you have a full neurological exam? Yes. Well, did you get a neurological exam? Nobody said I had to. Y'all, please don't talk to me about Trump lying. Don't talk to me about none of that. I don't want to hear it, bro.
They said I'm good.
Would you be willing to undergo an independent medical evaluation that included neurological and cognitive tests and release the results to the American people?
No.
Look, I have a cognitive test every single day.
So the answer is no. This is called deflection. This is called gaslighting. We asked you a direct question. Would you be willing to take the test and release it to the general public? The answer is no. Absolutely not.
Every day I have that test. Everything I do. Not only am I campaigning, but I'm running the world. And that's not how it sounds like hyperbole. But we are the essential nation in the world. Madeleine Albright was right. And every single day.
Shout out to the Dame Joe. I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
I'm on the phone with the Prime Minister of, anyway, I shouldn't get into detail, but with Netanyahu. I'm on the phone with the new Prime Minister of England. I'm working on what we're doing with regard to, in Europe, with regard to expansion of NATO and whether it's going to stick. I'm taking on Putin. Every day, there's no day I go through, there are not those decisions I have to make every single day.
And you have been doing that, and the American people have been watching, yet their concerns about your age and your health are growing.
Unsuccessfully, might I add. I know Putin is like, I can't wait. Putin is praying that we vote this guy back in office.
To reassure them, would you be willing to have the independent medical evaluation?
Watch me there's a lot of time left in this campaign. It's over 125 days.
So
I'll make a decision.
The right answer right now is no, you don't want to do that, right?
No, I've already done it.
You talked a lot about your successes at the beginning of this interview, and I don't want to dispute that. I don't want to debate that. But as you know,
somebody said, why can't we have a candidate under the age of 60? Because the majority of the people that vote are boomers and Xers. That's a fact. Because every time that I get on a panel, every single time that I get on a panel, you know what they say? Ain't no reason for us to vote. Okay, well, get you an 83-year-old then. Y'all, listen, don't ask me questions that y'all already know the answers to. Why can't we get a president under this age? How come we can't have this? How come we can't have that? Oh, you can have whatever it is that you want, but you're not an informed voter. Or most of the people that we need to be informed voters decide that they want to go to a Detroit block party or they want to shoot up Chicago and shoot up 100 people. You could have anything you want. It was plenty of candidates. Vivek Ramaswamy was available. It was plenty of viable candidates that are available, and you guys are not participating in the process. And so now you get what you deserve.
About the future, not the past. They're about tomorrow, not yesterday. And the question on so many people's minds right now is, can you serve effectively for the next 4 years?
George, I'm the guy that put NATO together, the future. No one thought I could expand it.
How come he not answering all direct questions?
I'm the guy that shut Putin down. No one thought could happen. I'm the guy that put together the South Pacific Initiative with AUKUS. I'm the guy that got 50 nations, out, not only in Europe, outside of Europe as well, to help Ukraine. I'm the guy that got Japanese to expand their budget. And for example, when I decided we used to have 40% of the computer chip, and we invented the chip, that little chip for the computer chip. It's in everything from cell phone to weapons.
It's called a semiconductor chip, Joe. It's called a semiconductor chip. That's what it's called. We know that you pushed through the CHIPS Act. We are familiar. And we know you also pushed through a whole bunch of stuff that was in it that we didn't necessarily care for either.
And so we used to have 40%. We're down to virtually nothing. So I get in the plane against the advice of everybody, and I fly to South Korea. I convinced them to invest in the United States billions of dollars. Now we have tens of billions of dollars being invested in the United States, making us back in a position where we're going to own that industry again. We have, anyway, I don't want to take too much credit. I have a great staff.
But I guess my point is, all that takes a toll. Do you have the mental and physical capacity to do it for another 4 years?
I believe so. I wouldn't be running if I didn't think I did. Look, I'm running again because I think I understand best what has to be done to take this nation to a completely new level. We're on our way. We're on our way. And look, the decision recently made by the Supreme Court on immunity, the next president.
Look, now they got to push an agenda. He not answering none of the questions. Good job, interviewer, just letting them continue to talk. Just let him talk himself down into a hole. The more that you let this guy talk, the more crazy he sounds. And the more we realize, you know what? We not crazy. He is getting older, and it is elder abuse.
In the United States, it's not just about whether he or she knows what they're doing. It's not about a conglomerate of people making decisions. It's about the character of the president. The character of the president is going to determine whether or not this Constitution is employed the right way.
And we should note that ABC News offered Donald Trump the same opportunity for a one-on-one interview, and he declined.
No, he don't got to talk to y'all at this point. So anyways, I think that it's, hold on, let me turn this down in the back. I'm in a meeting technically. All right, anyways, yeah, man, he looked very, very bad in this interview. Let me turn this down. Had to turn down the meeting that I'm technically in corporate America. It usually starts at 9:30, but we got to keep the show moving. He looked very, very bad. He just looked horrible. And after this interview, up to five Democrats in Congress are basically calling for him to step down. And I believe, and I'm going to talk about this on Wednesday in the Anton Daniels show, and I'm going to go into it in detail. I believe that the play is beyond Biden, honestly. I think that they continue to parade him around. They're going to make sure that the calls, because very rarely do you have a president, and this is the part that people are missing. Very rarely do you have a president that is the incumbent that does not run again. And so all of the Democrats are naturally going to, or were supposed to, throw their support behind him. But they knew that this guy was incapable of even putting together a coherent sentence for long enough in order for us to really come to the conclusion, hey, this is what his policy is. Now we're all distracted by the fact that it looks like it's elder abuse. So I think that the long-term play and what the play has always been, because none of this is a mistake. None of this is a mistake, in my opinion. I believe personally that the play was to parade him out here, know that he was incapable of it, but because they couldn't get anybody to run against him because he was the incumbent, to ultimately get to the point to where Kamala Harris is the person that then takes over the presidency. I honestly believe it. Listen, if that happens, if they wind up stepping down and Kamala Harris wind up becoming president of the United States of America, or if by some miracle he wins and then ultimately he have to step down and Kamala Harris then becomes president of America. If Kamala Harris ultimately becomes president of the United States of America within the next 3.5 to 4 years, I am going to rub it in your faces. I'm going to say, I told you so. I do not believe even 1 second that this is a mistake. I believe all of it is planned. All of it is planned. They know what this guy is going to do. They know parading him out there. They know what's going to happen. Kamala Harris is licking her chops. I do believe that. I believe she's licking her chops behind the scenes because she truly believes that her time is coming sooner than expected. And they know we probably would have never voted as of my lifetime, currently right now. They know that we never would have voted a woman into office, especially a Kamala Harris. And there's no other woman that we would even think of, especially on the Democratic side. And so what they're basically doing is putting this in the office and putting this in front of our face for us to be able to do in the first place. There's no way that Kamala Harris could have ran a campaign against Trump and won. Not even close. Not even close. I believe that she will be the president of the United States in some form or capacity if the Democrats win. But Joe Biden is nowhere in the world that he's going to serve another 4-year term. That's my conspiracy theory. That is my conspiracy theory. They are grooming her. They preparing her. They putting her in position. And it ain't even because she's doing a good job, because she's done a horrible job as a vice president. And I remember earlier in the term when we first started reporting on her that it was so many complaints in the White House that her own staff didn't necessarily like her. So that's my theory. That is.